A lot of local questions, and that's probably what we get most on Facebook. Where's my town? How's my town? How's my town? And I totally get that. So this is the 12 p.m. Sunday to 12 p.m. Monday. I know it's a long frame, but within this time frame, this is for Highlands and Hardee County. Highlands and Hardee County. Wind gusts possibly higher than 90 miles per hour, but right now we're saying 70 to 90. This can change. 10 to 14 inches of rain. Isolated tornadoes certainly possible. In Pinellas, same time frame, 12 p.m. Sunday to 7 p.m. Monday, 65 to 85 mile per hour winds with higher gusts. We could definitely see higher wind gusts. We're going conservative at this point. 6 to 10 inches of rain, isolated bands that could cause tornadoes. We just talked about that. And then the tidal coastal flooding issue, we talked about at length as well when I was on TV there. Manatee Sarasota, high winds 75 to 100 miles per hour. If you're closer to that eye wall before the storm weakens, you could see higher winds and possibly higher gusts than that. 6 to 10 inches of rain, isolated tornadoes possible, especially earlier in the day, and then coastal tidal flooding that we talked about. And you'll likely see that first before anybody else. Hillsborough County, 65 to 95 mile per hour winds, 8 to 12 inches of rain, possible tornadoes earlier in those bands we were showing you, and then higher tides with the bay flooding. Tampa Bay itself, we talked about those tides early Monday in the morning once that storm passes us to the north. But we could see stronger gusts than this as well. As I mentioned, we're going conservative at this point. Polk County, high tide 65 to 95 with higher gusts being on the eastern side of that eye, depending on where the storm is passing. 10 to 14 inches of rainfall. Isolated tornadoes possible, and storm surge in Polk County. Obviously, they're not on the Gulf, so they don't have to deal with anything like that. Pasco, Hernando, Citrus. Pasco, Hernando, Citrus. If you live there, 60 to 80 miles per hour. The storm would likely lose some strength, but you could still see some very strong gusts. 6 to 10 inches of rain. Isolated tornadoes in bands, like we've been saying, perhaps ahead of the storm itself. And then coastal tidal flooding. Yours would come later. Once the storm is passed to the north, probably more on Monday. That's when you really have to watch your high tides all day. So that gives you a rough idea. I just noticed that people are saying, this is where I live, this is where I live. Look, no matter where you live, prepare for this. Different effects, obviously. No matter where you live, prepare for this. Ultimately, the onus is up to you. There's a lot of people to help you out, including information here, but the onus is really up to you to prepare.